The Sinnoh region, the fourth region introduced in the Pokemon franchise. It released a total of 107 new Pokemon, but out of all these newly introduced Pokemon, which of them is the strongest? So here we go, calculating the greatest Sinnoh Pokemon. The scores Pokemon will receive will depend on the following factors. First is their base stat. Their stats will be split into the following categories: bulk, which will be the Pokemon's defensive stat, plus their HP, and offense, which will be the higher one of their offensive stat, multiplied by 2, plus their speed stat. The category that gets the higher score will be their build score. They will also get a score equal to half of their other build, and classify whether they are a tank or a sweeper. If the score between the two are between 10, the Pokemon will be classified as hybrid. Sweepers will be further subcategorized into physical sweeper and special sweeper. However, subcategorized sweepers moveset will only contain moves compatible with their subcategories. Next is their typing, which will be their typing score times 6. After that is their moveset. Each Pokemon will have the following moveset, and the score of each moves will be based on the move's base power, multiplied by 1.5 if it is stab, multiplied by its accuracy, and plus or minus any secondary effects. The two most common secondary effects are applying status condition or causing stat changes. Pokemon will gain additional points equal to half of the chances of applying status conditions, or change by 25 for each stage the move increase/decrease a stat. The final factor is Pokemon's abilities. Abilities will only be factored into the Pokemon score if Pokemon's abilities are certain, guaranteed, and quantifiable, unless otherwise stated. Hopefully you understood that. This is how the full formula looks like. Let's just start. Yeah, to save time as usual and to speed things up, only a Pokemon's final form will be calculated. This includes Pokemons that have a final form in a separate region outside of Sinnoh. So for example, Mantike. Also, won't be going into depth of a Pokemon scoring until the top 10 because nobody wants to hear all of this. And final thing is, Pokemons are more likely to rank higher if they excel in a singular stat, such as HP, speed, or one of their attacking stats. As usual, items aren't included while making this list, and just know, I don't really choose where the Pokemon ranks, I just choose the formula used to rank them. In 10th is Infernape. Its stats build classified as a sweeper and have a build score of 370, with its other build being 256. Infernape has a typing of Fire and Fighting to give her a typing score of 8.5, and will have the moveset of Raging Fury, Drain Punch, Earthquake, and Swords Dance, for an average move score of 110, and a final score of 659. In 9th is Gliscor. Its stats build classified as a physical sweeper and have a build score of 332.5, with its other build being 312.5. Gliscor has a typing of Ground and Flying to give her a typing score of 11.5, and will have the moveset of Dual Wing Beat, Earthquake, Gunk Shot, and Stealth Rock, for an average move score of 108, and a final score of 665. In 8th is Mamoswine. Its stats build classified as a physical sweeper and have a build score of 380, with its other build being 305. Mamoswine has a typing of Ice and Ground to give her a typing score of 8.5, and will have the moveset of Avalanche, Earthquake, Body Slam, and Stealth Rock, for an average move score of 101, and a final score of 684. In 7th is Darkrai. Its stat split will classify as a special sweeper and have a build score of 457.5, with its other build being 285. Darkrai is a typing of Mono Dark to give her typing score of 0, and will have the moveset of Dark Pulse, Sludge Bomb, Ice Beam, and Nasty Plot, for an average move score of 95, and a final score of 695. In 6th is Heatran. Its stat split will classify as a special sweeper and have a build score of 375.5, with its other build being 348.5. Heatran has a typing of Fire and Steel to give her typing score of 9, and will have the moveset of Flamethrower, Flash Cannon, Earth Power, and Stealth Rock, for an average move score of 104, and a final score of 708. In 5th is Garchomp. Its stats build classified as a physical sweeper and have a build score of 413, with its other build being 342. Garchomp has a typing of Dragon and Ground to give her a typing score of 3.5, and has a moveset of Outrage, Earthquake, Poison Jab, and Stealth Rock, for an average move score of 118, and a final score of 723. In 4th is Arceus. Its stats build classified as a hybrid and have a build score of 420, with its other build being 420 as well. Arceus has a typing of Mono Normal to give her typing score of -4, and will have the moveset of Judgment, Extreme Speed, Sludge Bomb, and Stealth Rock, for an average move score of 122, and a final score of 728. In 3rd is Giratina. Its stats build classified as a tank and have a build score of 465, with its other build being 335. Giratina has a typing of Ghost and Dragon to give her typing score of -1, and will have the moveset of Outrage, Shadow Force, Body Slam, and Protect, for an average move score of 121, and a final score of 700. 447. In second is Palkia. Its stats build classified as a special sweeper and have a build score of 450, with its other build being 355. Palkia has a typing of water and dragon to give her typing score of 5.5, and will have the moveset of Surf, Spatial Rend, Ice Beam, and Protect, for an average move score of 108 and a final score of 768. In first place and the strongest calculated Pokemon of the Sinnoh region is Dialga. Its stat split will classify it as a special sweeper and have a build score of 435, with its other build being 370. Dialga has the typing of Steel and Dragon to give her typing score of 8, and will have the moveset of Dragon Pulse, Flash Cannon, Ice Beam, and Protect, for an average move score of 102 and a final score of 770. Yeah, so here's a graph of how the top 10 Sinnoh Pokemon's off scoring looks like, and there's no items and abilities aren't taken into account for these scorings unless said abilities are guaranteed, and only Arceus and Darkrai has them, but their abilities don't really do much for them. And yeah, that was the ranking of the Sinnoh Pokemon. What would you guys give this ranking out of 10? I'd give it a 7 because the top 4 includes the Creation Trio and Arceus, which I think that's valid enough. I don't really care about the rest of the list, and yeah, that's about it.